right click under the 10, insert keyframe. Right click under the 30, insert keyframe. Then I'm going to go to frame 1, click once on the symbol, take color down to alpha. Goes away. Go to frame 40, click once on the symbol, color down to alpha. Gonna make this layer disappear. Gonna make one more layer, layer 4. Get S4, drag it out here. It's too big again. Match size. Center, center. With it selected, modify, convert to symbol. Graphic symbol 4, OK. Right or click once on frame 40, then right click, insert keyframe. Right click, motion tween. Right click, keyframe. Right click, keyframe. Go to frame 1, click once on the image, color to alpha, goes to 0. Go to frame 40, click once on the image, color to alpha, goes down to 0. Okay, the next step, we want to get it where we can see all these guys again. So if I click on the eyeball up here, it makes them all X's, and if I click on the eyeball again, now they're all visible. But I can't see anything below this top layer. I can kind of see something when it changes, but not much. So what we need to do is we need to move stuff over. I'm going to leave layer 1 right where it's at. Okay. But I'm going to move these other layers over. So I'm going to start out, I'm going to grab layer 2. I'm going to click on the first keyframe of layer 2. And then I am going to shift, hold down shift, and I'm going to click on the last frame so that the entire layer is selected. And I want to move this keyframe. I'm going to click on this keyframe and I'm going to move it over, and I'm going to stop where it's right above this keyframe. So it's going to look like this. Click, drag, and drop. So this is right above this. And then I want these to be the same distance. So I'm going to grab this keyframe and move it over one so it's lined up with that. So now these are all in line and these are all in line. And now I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to click on the keyframe, except I'm going to do it in layer 3 instead of layer 2, so it is different. I'm going to do the same thing to layer 3 I just did to layer 2. I'm going to click on the first keyframe in layer 3, then I'm going to hold shift and click on the last keyframe in layer 3. This time I want to line this keyframe up with this keyframe right here in layer 2, the same way we did before. So I'm going to click on this and drag, 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 drag till it's right above this one right here. And then I'm going to do the same thing again. I want to move this one over one so it's lined up with that one. So now those are lined up. Now we've got one more layer to do this. I'm going to click on the first keyframe in layer 4, and I'm going to hold shift and click on the last keyframe in layer 4. I'm going to move these over some, and then I need to scroll over so I can see what's going on, because I want to line this first keyframe up with this keyframe right here in layer 3. So I'm going to grab this and keep dragging till it lines up right there. Then just like before, I have to click once to select this keyframe and move it over so it's lined up like that, and then the movie goes to the end. The only thing I want to change that we haven't done so far, I'm going to put the playhead at frame 1. I want to click off where nothing is selected, so I just clicked out here in the gray. The background for this movie is white, and I want to change that to black. The reason I'm choosing black is because in my website about myself, black is the background color. So if you have chosen a different background color for your website, that's what I want you to choose right now. Okay? Once you get that selected, if you hit Apple Return, you'll see that it fades between these pictures. And then on the last one, it just fades it out to black and then starts all over again. And then I'm going to close this. I'm done with this file for now, so I'm going to save it. And I'm just going to go ahead and quit Flash because I'm done with Flash. I'm going to go back to my website folder, and I'm going to open up my index page. Okay, now I've gone to Dreamweaver. I've opened up my home page. Remember, index is text speak for home page. And right underneath where I wrote my welcome is where I'm going to put my slideshow that I just made in Flash. So I come over to my Files panel, and I'm going to click on this triangle to open up the image folder and scroll down, and here's the exported SWF file that I want. Remember, a red FLA file will not work in Dreamweaver. You have to get the SWF file. And I'm just going to drag that and drop it right where I want it to go. This little object tag comes up, and I'm just going to hit OK. I'm not going to put anything in there. And then the gray area represents where this will play. So I know I need to save because I see the asterisk, so I'm going to hit Command S or Apple S, and the asterisk goes away. You may have to select this window again to get it to save. Then I'm going to preview in Safari. You're probably using Firefox, and then here's my home page. So my slideshow is now playing. Here, let's expand this window a bit. You can see my slideshow is playing, and now you've learned how to make interesting titles. You've learned how to make a slideshow, and you've learned how to make this rollover for your classes. So you've learned quite a bit. You're well on your way to having a very successful website. Thank you, and hope you have a great day. Bye.